transcribes this? I know somebody.
ASAP. So
ASAP's doing it?
yes, they'll be sent to y'all. They'll be emailed.
So they're doing it like soon.
Yes, they'll live. So the name cards are obviously to help by that, but they're also to help ASAP from camera.
We live in person. I was waiting for Edgerrin King.
Get those out as quickly as possible to media download.
I saw you when you
I'll ask
stopped.
about the tape recorders real quick. This is my first game up here, so that's.
You know what?
Huh?
You, the GOAT.
Thought you look heavy. Thought you was dressed. Well, here's Coach Manny Diaz. Thought you look thick. I see you, bro. You're working.
Everybody ready? We'll start with an opening segment from Coach Diaz, and then we'll go into questions.
Quite simply, just
Give
congratulations
me a
to
thumbs
Alabama.
up if y'all can hear.
They played an outstanding game. Thought the difference in the game was third down offense. But the quarterback made some plays, keeping plays alive outside the pocket that extended drives that that kept our offense off the field. Offensively, we had a hard time getting rhythm because of that. And I just thought that their front is as advertised. Gave us a lot of trouble getting going. I'm proud for the way the guys competed in the second half. Like with all films, there will be plenty of things to correct, but also plenty of things that I think that will be positives that we can take going into week 2. And with that, I'll open up for questions.
You could raise your hand and then wait for the microphone to come to you. Susan Miller over here.
Hey, Manny, how is Derek King? I know we're going to talk to him, but what was your impression of, him today playing for the first time? He got hit hard a few times. How's he doing?
Which I think, that's just it's football, and he's a competitor, so he's, he's hurt because he's, he came here to win the game. But I thought he was brave. I thought he was sharp. I thought he made some excellent throws. We'll go on to next week.
And then the follow-up is how are the players doing? Like, what did you tell them, and how are they emotionally right now?
They're disappointed. They came here to compete. That they worked really hard for today. They're still. I think that's where you have to. When you go into a film session tomorrow, you remove the results from the film. And look at exactly what individual performances and what got us to that final result. But we've got a close-knit group who has a lot of respect for the team coming in next week to our stadium in App State, and we'll get back to work tomorrow.
With Tom D'Angelo in the second round.
Hey, Manny, you talked about, we was talking about learning lessons from games last year, specifically Clemson and the whole team. But it really, by midway of the second quarter, it was basically a rout at that point. Were you disappointed in the start in how this was kind of similar to that game?
I didn't feel it was. For a couple of different reasons, to be honest, trying to explain why I didn't feel it was is not worth trying to explain why it wasn't. Like I said, I saw guys, I'll speak for when they had the football, which they had the majority of the first half. They were just making more plays than us on third down. I didn't see a lack of competitiveness. I didn't see a lack of toughness, bite. I saw football things happening in a football game that allowed them to maintain possession. It doesn't matter because the result, as you say, is the same. So, read into it what you want. But I think there'll be some things under the rubble of the loss when we look at the film tomorrow that will give us encouragement going forward.
Very good. Front row football club.
How you doing, Manny? Deep from Footballville. Going into this game, did you expect them to put the ball in Bryce Young's hand as much as they did?
We thought they would run the ball a lot more. But even with how it ended up, shaking down, we still got what we thought were favorable third down situations. The unknown was how he would react when a play broke down, and there was different evidence to suggest he does have a strong arm, a lot of confidence in that, but we did think that there was a chance for him to put the ball in harm's way. In the first drive of the game, I think it was first or second, they had we knocked the ball out, and he scrambled and threw a ball to us in the end zone. We had a chance to pick. We knew that turnovers would be a big deal, trying to pressure him to turn the ball over. they have a lot of confidence in him. And obviously he's earned it. I mean, the way he played tonight for a young guy was very impressive because we tried to make it hard and changing looks and getting him on the run. And his receivers did a nice job of working back down the stem against our coverages. And like I said, any one of those third down stops changes things dramatically.
Right here.
Brandon O'Doy, football hotbed coach. You talked about things to take away, positives. It's got to be the freshman play. I mean, it didn't seem too big for Andres. It didn't seem too big for James or even Cam. What do you take away from that? Maybe there are others that I omitted that played in other spots. What do you take away from that in recruiting and how do you kind of move forward from the positives they had?
Yeah, it's what we've seen in practice. I've said before about what we feel about this recruiting class and really the last two recruiting classes, which sort of make up the majority of our team. And if we continue to stack classes like that, I think it's be really positive going forward. It's great, but to see a guy on a stage like that come in and just feel as if he belonged, I guess is the way to say it. Was extremely encouraging because obviously we're thin in the secondary. We knew we were gonna have to have those guys play for us this year. So and Andres, it was great to get that situation where he had to make a kick right there before halftime, and he made one second half, and just that's going to give him a lot of confidence that he's done it. So excited for those guys getting a chance to make plays in their debut.
David Wilson over here.
Hey Manny, I want to ask you about that sequence. At the start of the second half, you guys go down the field, get stuffed at the goal line, and then give up a 94-yard touchdown. Just the touchdown, I guess, what did you see on that play? And then just that sequence, how kind of crushing was that? Obviously a chance to really get back in the game there?
Again, that's why I mentioned earlier. I mean, obviously there was already some separation on the scoreboard, but that was a hammer blow. I think it kind of got us off of our rocker for a little bit. I thought we finished the fourth quarter well, but there's got a couple of bizarre things. You get the ball down to the 1 yard line. We're trying to go fast. We're trying to just wedge it in there, and the pacing of setting the ball, and it slows us down. I mean, that's the whole point is to try to catch them, not ready, get in there and jam it in. And a couple of things that happen that slow us down, and they make a great push and stop us. And then I've got to see a good replay, I guess. But the quarterback, I suppose, was outside the pocket. I mean, that's a tough one. The touchdown itself was an outstanding play. We were in man coverage with outside leverage, and they fake crossers, put a foot in the ground, and came back across the field. That takes a lot of great protection, and then they threw it to a guy that was just a great addition to the team. That obviously his speed is legit. That guy can run, and if it was 94 yards or wherever the ball was, we were going to have a hard time catching. So it was good execution against man coverage and down. We were going to play man to try and get off the field on 3rd and 4, 3, whatever it was. So.
And then just one quick, might be better for Rhett tomorrow, but with Derek, obviously, first line action, was there any, I don't want to say conservative, but did you kind of feel you guys were protecting him a little bit and more comfortable as the game went on? Some of you ran until the second quarter.
No, because some of those runs there could be runs that are just give reads instead of pull reads. So I don't think Derek would have put up with a game plan that protected him in any way.
Second round, Kobe.
Manny, I came in a little late, so I'm sorry if there's a repeat question, but do you have any update on Mike Harley?
I do not. I haven't heard anything. I don't even know what you guys heard, but I haven't heard anything since he was removed from the game.
Any other questions for Coach Diaz? One more from Tom.
I didn't know the answers, but was there any thought at all of taking Derek out as a scorer got bigger, and after he appeared to limp off the field when he got sacked, got in the medical tent? Any point after that, before he came out, was there any thought about we need to give him save him?
We wanted to do on the drive that ultimately ended up with the interception. We wanted to just finish with one more good drive on offense. We did feel like we had moved the ball. We got all the way down to the 1 and didn't score. We got all the way down to the 5 and had to settle for 3. I mean, we had some drive. We want to put one more good drive on tape. Because I do feel like some of our guys have settled down. We're blocking them up a little bit better in the second half. But obviously, I think that's the drive that started the interception. I think that's how we ended the day from there.
We'll do one more with Susan.
Thanks.
That'll be it.
Manny, is there any concern that the players won't be able to recover quickly from this game, you know, and move on to the rest of the season, which is really now more important?
Recover physically, or you mean, or mentally, or?
No, emotionally and
No,
mentally.
I don't think so. This is not a, you know, I mean, college ball's famous for overreactions after week one, but that's not what this team's all about. You just don't get you don't get your story written after one game into the season. We're just not there yet, and the guys in the locker room. If anything, what happened today will bring it even closer together. Like I said, we've got a stretch of games coming at home. It's a big deal for us to get in front of our fans. Our fans, I thought, were great tonight to have them out there. But you know, Derek King's never played in Hard Rock Stadium really with our fans in it. You know, and we got to have a great atmosphere next Saturday night. No, this team's story is not even close to being written yet, and we got a lot of guys in there that have a lot of pride to make sure it goes the way they want it to.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Like we got Restrepo coming in here. His face is swollen. Man.
Everyone can wait for Mike, obviously, but we'll go right into questions for wide receiver Xavier Restrepo.
Xavier, you got your opportunity in the middle of the game there and made the most of it. Talk a little bit about what that meant to you, you know, to get a chance to get in the game, and then on those almost consecutive plays. First you fought for the penalty, and then you got the touchdown.
You know, just like you said, it's an opportunity. Coach put me in a great chance to make a big play, and you know, it's just about repetitions. You know, in practice we do it all the time, and when the ball was thrown to me, I just caught the ball.
Down Street of football bills. Xavier, when those kickoffs kept going in the end zone, that just procedure for you guys? Did there ever a thought to maybe catch it after 17 zip and hey, let's try to make a play?
You know, we just listened to our special teams coach, Coach Packey, just with his game plan, and you know, whatever he says goes.
Xavier, Manny was just saying, obviously, your guys' losses last year were all kind of games that got out of hand quickly, and you guys were down 17-0 in the first quarter. But he said it didn't necessarily feel the same way. Did it feel similar at all to some of those games from last year? And I guess just what, you know, you guys obviously went down early.
Yeah, no, it definitely feels different. You know, this team definitely is different. You know, just it's new year. We just, you know, first game. We're gonna get way better though, and I felt like we could have definitely came back. There was no like, oh, we lost the game until like the last second hit, and that's the difference of this team.
David, I was wondering if you could just take us in the locker room. Obviously, I assume you guys are disappointed, but how's the team doing after this game, and what has you confident that you guys will be able to move on past this, you know, and focus on App State?
Yes, sir. Well, you know, what we're focused on is, you know, me and some of the guys were talking, and you know, today is today we lost, but that's not the overall problem. You know, if people don't come to work Tuesday, that's a problem. You know, so we're just looking to get back in the facility and just, you know, just work on App State.
Derek, obviously, his first game since the injury last year. Just what did you think of him? And obviously, a little bit of an injury scare there too in the second quarter. What was kind of the reaction on the sideline when he went down, and obviously when he came right back in?
Yeah, no, you know, Derek is one of the hardest workers I know. You know, just seeing him recover from that injury, it's just like day and night, and I'm like, wow. You know, I seen him in the training room every single day, and I thought I was a hard worker. You know, but when you actually see him, you know, determined and headbutts in and just working, it's fantastic. It's amazing to see, and he's a baller.
When you went down, was there any like, I know he was only in the tent for like 30 seconds or whatever, but was there any moment there where you guys were like, uh-oh?
Well, I knew he was going to get back up for sure. That's one thing for sure. He was going to get back up.
Let's do a few more questions for Xavier.
Xavier, you obviously had the lone touchdown for the Hurricanes, so if you could just take me through that play and how that went. And do you feel like you could have been more involved in this game offensively?
You know, like I was saying before, coach presented the opportunity to me, and I just went out there and made a play. You know, it's just what I'm supposed to be doing. It's nothing special than what I'm supposed to be doing. And no, the coaches, you know, I feel like I had a real good role in this game, and I'm sticking to whatever the coaches say.
Xavier, I've been covering you for a long time, and you've been making plays since youth football. Just take us into the mindset that you have to go out there and always show up in any size game.
Oh yeah, it was really simple. Just beat the man across from you. You know, just take it out in consideration, and just feel like it's disrespect that the guy's even trying to line up on you. You know, just whip his tail every single time, every single play.
Thank you, Xavier.
One thing Xavier will do is make plays. Always going to make plays. I no longer bet against him. I didn't know he had the only touchdown. That's what you said. Something different in the third and second half. You gotta be down. And like I said, Connors runs a read from midget boy. Mike King is just emotions. It only lasts for 2 days. They'll be back. Harley is hurt. Who's this?
I didn't see it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Third quarter, I guess. That's probably what I respect. To be honest.
He got the pass interference. He got the only touchdown. That's just what he does, dog. He's been doing it forever. That's what he does. So Mike, did anybody see Mike Harley go down? Yeah, done. That's the spirit. Which about?
The man, Bryce Young.
I've been yelling on my platform how good Bryce Young is.
Yeah.
And the fans, nobody wanted.
It does, like, no matter the level in the NFL,
Right.
baller's baller.
I've been see the thing. I've been watching kids for a long time, and it's like
talking about Cam?
you can see the special ones.
Talking about Kinchins?
Bryce Young.
Bryce
Young.
Young.
Yeah, he's good.
I've been telling people, like, listen, he's not going to be the reason they lose.
Yeah, he's good. He's funny good.
Oh, he's a freshman. It's his
And
first
they
game.
managed him so well. Like, the level of coaching is
400 yards, 4 touchdowns.
It was just the way they met it.
The pocket presence.
He's got that
It's ridiculous.
He's always had it.
Yeah, he made a lot of throws.
I mean, he's got an NFL coach coaching him. Like, it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
it makes a difference. It's like,
He threw a lot of guys open.
You know what, Gary? He walked in the door like that. I'm telling you, he's been that ever since since youth football.
he was so composed.
You saw that early when they went spread and they threw the long pass. That they were like, okay, all right, you guys gonna punch the box. We finna show you who this first week one. That just scared the hell out of college football. I know it did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're only gonna get better.
We just was first up the bat.
They could have scored 70 there.
Yeah, what? But you think they turned it down? We played better. You think we played better in the second half, or you think they turned it down?
They turned it down. Yeah. They were riding the break.
The offense found some sense of urgency in the third quarter. I don't know if it's
They got more aggressive.
yeah.
They started
Yeah,
playing
they
more
spread
aggressive.
it out a lot more. They should have done it from the jump.
You're not scared.
I don't understand.
What?
The inside power run game.
I think he just said it though. I think he just said it.
Do it against ACC.
I think it's De'Aaron King's decision, and De'Aaron King doesn't come from this offense. It's his decision to make that handoff, and maybe they need to take it from him.
I just want to spread it.
Yeah. Like he does sometimes. He does. He gets in that groove sometimes.
Will they send books down here, or we have to go back upstairs and get them? Upstairs?
Yeah, contrary to what y'all may believe, Alabama just scared all of college football with their freshman quarterback throwing for 800 yards, 8 touchdowns in game one.
My biggest thing. Miami's got to recruit. How many more classes?
I think he needed 3. Yeah, I was going to say, I think
The talent gap.
Yeah, I think it's kids. I think it's muscle milk.
And the emphasis has to be the guys up front.
Yeah.
That has to be the emphasis, not these speed guys or skill guys, because those are a dime a dozen. You know?
They do need to improve those too, though.
Yeah. This is the best offensive line we had in a long time, right?
Yeah, I would say since early 2000s.
As soon as King needs 4 seconds, he dies.
Like these freshman receivers are going to be an upgrade overall when they're older.
Yeah. And Restrepo.
You still got to stack.
Yeah.
In terms of
They got 0 push offensive, all the offensive line running ball. 0.
And we talking about, what it was like 500 stars they have all together? Some crazy.
I say that's the opponent. They ain't going to see anything close out there for the rest of the year unless it's Clemson. Right. I'm saying regular season. So the
That's not
context.
good enough for the
App State.
Agreed.
App State didn't look bad.
I'd say they give them
They didn't look bad.
Sure.
We gonna.
That's where Canes fans will lose their mind.
Right.
They don't understand the days of just wrecking teams 55-3. Unless you're Alabama.
What the hell's going on with the hell now?
I don't know why Canes fans today are ready for me at yeah, we're winning today.
Yeah.
I was telling them the same thing.
No, all week long. They all right here. They all right here.
We're winning today. We're like, winning how? I need to know this explanation. Unless you're getting 6
Sometimes you can't tell, dog. Until it's game time. We're about to talk to Cam Kitchens.
I guess so.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because Bubba's targeted. Harley's hurt.
So I think Cam Kitchens is about to come to the podium. That'll be awesome.
No. I almost did.
Ask who, Manny?
Yeah, man.
I asked them, did they think they would throw the ball to Bryce? Did they think they would put the ball on?
In the first quarter, that was an issue. I don't know if that was as much
What?
Again, they took their foot off. Yeah. But yeah, that's like the recruiting.
You know,
The
but
first quarter,
it's
you
not
saw.
it's not tackling. It's I had Bain on my show the other day, Toddler Bain, and he just walked past me. It's strength. It's strength.
Part of it.
It's them being stronger than us.
But that's recruiting.
Well,
Height
well,
weight speed.
he came as
Height
not
weight
he
speed.
came as not recruiting. He came. It's what happens once you get there in the weight room and developing.
But you know, there's levels to it. Developing James Williams is different.
It is, but I think James Williams is 5%. I think he's top echelon. Watch, you saw him out there.
But
Right?
what do you mean?
You put him in
5%?
the game and he gets 2 tackles for losses.
What do you mean 5%?
In talent, you can't recruit all of him. Like you only get, even Alabama only get maybe 4 of him, 3 of him.
Sure.
Some of those 5 stars are 4 stars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
3
I
stars.
thought you were saying his talent is only 5%. And the other 95% is development.
No, he walked in the door that way.
Yes.
Bryce Young walks in the door that way.
1,000,000%.
Right.
And they need to get more diverse type.
Right. But Bain, who played in the 80s, seems to think that
Old school.
it's what happens. It's what happened in the weight room once you get there.
That's old school mentality. And I
But
mean,
you see us bouncing off them. That's not.
no,
You
he's
see
right.
Ivy hit a guy in the leg and
And
nothing happens.
But to our point,
Uh-huh.
Alabama's guys are the James Williamses. Miami's guys are just great.
They got the best strength program in the country at Alabama.
Yeah.
Best recruiting.
You have
Yeah.
the best.
They get the best recruits and they got the best strength program.
Yeah.
Best program. It's a machine.
Chad Wilson said even better than Florida. He's like,
yeah.
when Florida stands next to him, it looks. He told me that
You
last night. He said it looks like a mismatch when Florida stands next to him.
Like IMG versus Bishop Shepherd.
Yeah. We look like Bishop Sycamore. Look at this, man. This is awesome right here, dog. Look at this. This is epic right here, fool. Y'all take this and screen record this shit.
I started like that.
All right, we're going to go into questions for freshman defensive back Cam Kinchins. Please wait for a microphone before asking.
Hey Cam, talk a little bit about just how it felt for you to get out there today and make a few plays and just get your feet wet in college football.
I felt like this was the best opportunity, biggest game. Most fans are probably gonna be around. Like you can't dream something better for you than your first college game. So it was good. I know if I could play against Bama and hold my own, I can hold my own against anybody.
Cam, I know it was kind of a weird play where you forced a fumble and then you were given the turnover chain on the sideline. Can you just explain that experience, the high and the low of that situation?
Yeah, of course I made the play. I felt good, but after it was overturned, it is what it is. Let's get back out there. And I was trying to make another play, so it was all good.
Coming into the game, did you know essentially you were the third safety in the rotation, and what went through your head when the Bubba Bolden targeting thing was going on?
Yeah, because T-Rock told me throughout the week I was the third safety. I was going to get like some reps, not as much reps as I got today, but he told me I was going to get some blow. So when that situation happened, I just knew, okay, it's time to play. Like, you asked for reps, this your chance to go out there and show what you got.
D from Football Bill. Once you got on the field, I know you're a cerebral player. Alabama's offense, what did you feel they were trying to accomplish once you got there and you can actually see it?
Kind of going at me because you could see first like the drives they was throwing screens over there, trying to get on one-on-one tackles. So I could see they were trying to go at me like they knew a freshman safety was out there, so let's see what he got. But for the most part, we stopped the run game. It was just we had to give like a few plays. They accomplished those and see what happened.
Yeah, just like what was that? Alabama. You're not going to play probably very many teams that have that kind of speed, that level of talent. Just like what was that to be thrown in your first college game? To be thrown in?
It was great. You play the best of the best. So if I could compete with them, I can compete with anybody. It just give you like an extra boost of confidence.
So I just went out there and executed the plays, did what I had to do, and let plays come to me.
Was there any like shock? I mean, obviously you know it's gonna be a lot faster than high school. You know all that. Just like what was kind of that initial impression like being out there?
I don't know. First play I was kind of nervous because it was like all of a sudden like, okay, you go out there, Cam. But after the first play, it's kind of like calmed down, and it did, like the game did slow down. I just took a deep breath and was like, I'm meant for this. So.
Cameron, what was it like in the locker room after the game, and what do you guys say, especially the older guys, the veterans, say to not let the team morale dip too low after a loss like that?
Well, you can repeat the question?
How did the veteran players, what did they say in the locker room to make sure that the morale didn't drop after a loss like that?
It wasn't like they didn't say anything negative. It was only positive things. Like we gave it all. We didn't get the outcome that we wanted, but it's time to like go back to the drawing board. Everything start back over right tomorrow. We took a loss, but now it's on the App State, and let's continue it. Because one loss don't mean you out of it. So
a couple more questions for Cam.
When Bubba went down and you went in, did Bubba say anything to you? Was he supportive throughout the rest of the game?
Of course, more supportive than ever. As soon as the play happened and they told him he was out, he came up to me. He talked to me. He was like, let's go. Like, ain't no slope from me and you. Like, you finna go out there and make plays just how I was gonna make plays. So that's all I thought. I just went out there and did my job.
So to sum it up, like, how do you guys build off of this? Obviously you're not happy with the result, but like you said, you have a whole season ahead of you. How do you build off of what happened out there today?
You can see some of the young guys, me and James got in. We got to show what we can do, so we know we can get in the rotation, help the defense as much as we can. Defense show great glimpses of being a great defense that we are going to be. And that's it.
Last question for Cam.
I guess just what feedback did you get from Coach T-Rob maybe after the game? What did he say about your performance?
I haven't talked to him yet.
Thanks, Cam.
Thank you.
Everyone can wait for a microphone again, but we'll go right into questions for De'Aaron King.
Derek, we saw you, I think it was early in the first quarter, maybe midway through the first quarter, you took a hit, I think on the fumble, you limped off, but then you came back in. I guess what happened on that play, I guess also how important was it for you to take that hit and just kind of shake it off and be able to come back more so mentally than anything else?
I just did see him, got hit from, I was looking to the left. I don't know what happened on the protection, but I just got hit. I should have held the ball, but I kind of got twisted up a little bit, kind of fell on my leg in an awkward way. But it was straight. When the tank got retaped, and I was good.
Derek, I'm curious on your take, just what happened in the first quarter with the offense. It seemed like it took a while to get things going for you guys.
We started slow. We just started slow, trying to get going, get first down. I think the first possession got first down, trying to get tempo going, but we just couldn't get in the rhythm. And I think the whole first quarter we was 3-and-out. So we got to find a way to start faster.
Derek, Dave from football, take us into that drive after in the third quarter, first drive. You get to the 1-yard line, and you guys hurry up and call the quarterback sneak. Is that something you practice on? And if you had a chance to do it, does it happen the same way? Is that just procedure, how you guys do it?
We caught a RP on third down, and they gave us the run box, so I had the ball off, got to the 1-yard line, and we practiced. We just put this play in, last week and a half, just pretty much you need 1 yard, you get in the end zone. I don't know what happened. I just didn't get in. Should have got in. Should have dove or whatever. Should have got in. I don't know.
A couple more questions for De'Aaron.
Derek, it seemed that you guys got going a little bit when you opened it up and you were able to draw a few penalties and just get the offense on track a little bit. In retrospect, is that something that you think to build on now moving forward? Just maybe being a little bit more aggressive down the field?
I think we were trying to get going, get the ball in our playmaker early, just run the ball, throw some quick RPOs on it. I think, like you said, in second quarter, we started throwing the ball downfield a little bit, had some success, got some penalty called. But yeah, I think it's definitely something to build on. And, I think we have good enough guys to win. So yeah, I think we're gonna build on that for the rest of the season.
Last question for Derek.
Derek, they really bottled you guys up in the run game. Obviously, we heard all about their front seven all week, but just what made them so tough in that aspect of the game in particular?
Yeah. I mean, they have good players. Running the ball is important. In any football game, you want to win a game, you got to be able to run the ball a little bit. They had good players. I think our backs and O-line, I don't think they did a bad job. We just got to find ways to run the ball effectively.
Great. Thanks, Derek.
Yeah, they got him off the podium. He's pissed. You can tell he's bothered. And fuck that. I love that. Yeah, and I'll take that any day.
All right, guys. Last but not least, we have defensive end Zach McLeod. We'll go right to questions.
Zach, Coach Manny Diaz really had a point of emphasis of tackling in fall camp. What's your assessment of you being one of the leaders of this defense, of this team, and how they tackled today?
I feel like we tackled like it was an opener, and like we had been, not like we had been doing it all through camp. It wasn't our worst performance as far as tackling goes, but definitely not where it needed to be. And we'll improve that as the season goes on.
Zach, I'm curious, your take on Bryce Young, their quarterback. Seemed like he was really poised for such a young guy. Did you guys expect that? Seemed like he handled pressures and all that pretty well.
We thought highly of him going into the game. Our whole goal was just to get him off the spot, really, and make him scramble and throw on the run. And he did a lot better at that than we originally anticipated, probably. But we have to do a better job as a D-line finishing and capitalizing on those opportunities. Too many times we're in the backfield and it was right there out of reach, and we got to turn those into sacks.
Hey, Zach, you're obviously a leader on this team. How do you guys find ways to build off of this and move forward in the season?
It's something that you have to kind of instill that into the character of the team before you even meet this type of a situation. If you've never spoken about how to handle adversity or even handle success to a team, then when they meet it, I've seen it time and time again, they won't know what to do with it. So that's something that we weren't in the locker room or anything talking about losing. But any team has to face adversity, whether it be a situation or our own game or whatever. And so we were just making sure everybody, the young guys included, was ready to handle any adversity that came our way.
And secondly, that was probably a tough O-line to break in, being starting defensive end. But how did you feel you held up and performed out there today?
I did pretty well, not good enough. Clearly, I have some things that I want to clean up and sharpen up as we move forward. But I anticipated having to come in during the season and get better as the week or as the weeks go on. And really, that's the most important thing, not just for me, but the whole D-line.
Thank you, Zach. That wraps up our media availability for today. Safe travels back to Miami, everyone.
You too. See y'all. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. Thank you, guys.
All right, man, we're going to get out of here.
Thanks, Zach.
Oh, Lord, I'm looking. My expensive glasses over there.
Hey, great to see you. You'll be down there, hopefully. Maybe come check. Let me know if you guys want to come down for any of the games this year.
Okay,
for home
sure.
games, if you guys want to come down.
Okay, sure thing.
Awesome.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, man, reading off a few things. Cam Harris, 12 carries, 37 yards. Chaney, 7 carries, 23 yards. Van Dyke had 18 yards rushing. Can we go on the field? We have to go that way. We have to go on the field that way?
You going to the field?
Yeah. We all get access close to him. Yeah, we all get that. Take your job too serious. Read off a couple more, man. King 23 for 30, 179 yards. Alabama had 500 total yards. Their leading rusher had 64 yards. Trey Sanders came in with 8 carries, 52 yards. I don't know. Some seem to think they took the gas off in the third and fourth quarter. Something that the Alabama took the gas off. I don't know if they took the gas off or if King and the offense played better. Y'all let me know what y'all guys think. I know y'all frustrated, pissed off. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think the offense played better in the second half, or y'all think Bama just took a little bit off in the second half? You think I don't see Bama letting up anything. I don't see them giving us anything. I just think that we ought to give a look at this cool stadium. Yeah, I don't see them giving us anything. I think we played better in the second. I think we played better in the second half. I believe so. But some people seem to think that they took their foot off the gas. Not much to take out of this, man. Jose Barragales, I guess, leading scorer. We got us a kicker. Cam Kitchens to the podium. Marvin, it was like he was my goddamn child. Like, you know what I'm saying? It felt good. It felt good to see the young bull come out here, put his head on the ball, force a fumble, play well. To watch him handle himself in front of the media, the goddamn star. You know what I'm saying? After having Bane on the show, listening to Bane talk, and I just walked past Bane. Weird. I walked past him on the way to the press conference. Tackling is strength. We're in place. Ivy is hitting these guys. He's just bouncing off. So I'm realizing that tackling is strength. It's weight room shit. You know what I'm saying? It's getting in the weight room. It's being better. It's being stronger. I'm realizing that's what tackling is. I used to always think it was tackling the donut, technique. But if you're hitting a motherfucker and you can't get him to the ground, but then when they hit you, they could throw you in the damn front row. That's strength. And like Bane said, like it's not because you're recruiting 5 stars. It's what happens when those guys get there. It's what happened in the weight room with the muscle milk when those guys get there. I don't know what time it is, man. I gotta take a flight up out of here soon. But bro, I left my glasses upstairs. Bolden, Dean helmet play. I didn't see that as one of the Carter Bonehead plays, but you can't. Oh, look at every big game we lose. We always lose these guys in the big game. You feel me? Blaze, what's good? We always lose these guys in the big game. Like, what the fuck is that about? All the way back to Bandy and LSU and some of this shit gets old. But listen, man, I'm about to get out of here. I just beautiful. All right, man, I'm about to get up out of here. Like I said, I just wanted to show y'all the beautiful stadium, man. The Footballville, man, and I'm out. Yeah, nobody ain't blaming no refs. Fuck all that.